You're probably scrolling through a sea of outdoor fireplaces, wondering if any of them are actually worth the money, and whether the one you're looking at will really fit your patio, your budget, and the way you like to entertain. I get that hesitation. You don't want to drop a few $100s on something that looks great in a picture but ends up being a constant maintenance headache, or that produces more smoke than warmth. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon, so you can compare specs side by side while you listen. Let's talk about the Empire OP42FP32MN Carol Rose Outdoor Stainless Traditional Premium Fireplace and why it might be the sweet spot for a certain kind of backyard host. First off, this is a stainless steel unit, which is a big deal when you're dealing with the elements. The stainless exterior resists rust and corrosion far better than the painted or coated metal you see on a lot of budget models. That means if you live in a humid climate, near the coast, or just have a lot of rain, you're less likely to see those ugly orange spots that develop on lower-priced fire pits after a season or two. That durability translates directly into value. You're not buying a piece that needs to be repainted or replaced after a single winter. The design leans heavily into a classic, traditional look. Think a brick-style hearth with a clean, polished steel finish. That aesthetic works well if your outdoor space already has a more formal feel, or if you want the fireplace to serve as a focal point rather than just a functional heat source. In practice, I've seen homeowners set up a small side table and a couple of Adirondack chairs around this kind of unit, creating a cozy nook that feels almost like an outdoor living room. The premium label isn't just marketing fluff. The overall feel of the unit is solid enough that you can leave it out year after year without it looking cheap or out of place. Now, who should seriously consider this fireplace? If you're someone who hosts regular gatherings, whether that's a weekly Friday night barbecue, a holiday dinner under the stars, or simply a place for the kids to roast marshmallows on chilly evenings, the Carol Rose can provide a reliable heat source that also adds ambience. It's especially good for people who want a more permanent installation rather than a portable fire pit. The unit is designed to be anchored into a concrete pad or a stone base, so once it's set, it becomes part of your landscape. That permanence also means you won't have to worry about moving it around when you change your patio layout. The fireplace stays put, and you can arrange seating around it as you see fit. On the flip side, if your outdoor space is tiny, say a balcony or a narrow patio where a large hearth would dominate the area, this might be overkill. The size of the OP42FP32MN is more suited to a medium to large backyard where you have room for a couple of seating clusters. Likewise, if you're looking for a cheap, occasional fire pit that you can store away in winter, the upfront investment and the need for a permanent base make this less ideal. The product is positioned as a premium piece, so the price reflects that status. You're paying for the stainless finish, the traditional styling, and the durability that comes with a higher grade build. Let's get into practical strengths. First, the heat output is surprisingly generous for its size. When you light it, whether you're using seasoned hardwood or a clean-burning propane insert, depending on the configuration you choose, the fire radiates enough warmth to comfortably heat a 15 to 20-foot radius. In real-world terms, that means your family can sit a good distance from the flames and still feel the heat, which is perfect for keeping blankets off the kids while they stay close enough to toast marshmallows. The stainless steel body conducts and retains heat well, so the area around the base stays warm for longer even after the fire dies down. Another strength is the low-maintenance routine. Because the exterior resists rust, you mainly need to sweep out ash and debris after each use, and an occasional wash with a mild soap solution to keep the surface looking glossy. There's no need for annual repainting or rust-proofing treatments that you'd see on cheaper metal fire pits. For owners who hate the idea of sanding, priming, and repainting, this is a huge plus. The design also incorporates a decent-sized ash drawer. In practice, that means you can pull out the tray, dump the ash into a compost bin or trash bag, and slide it back without having to get on your hands and knees. It's a small convenience, but it makes the whole experience feel more polished and less like a chore. If you're the type who wants to keep the fire going for several hours, being able to clear out ash quickly is a real time saver. Now let's look at the practical weaknesses. The biggest trade-off is the initial installation effort. Since the fireplace is meant